Are you looking forward to living on another planet? It is well known that Musk is making every effort to make his ultimate dream become a reality, which is to colonize Mars. With this, I'll explain in this video about Neuralink and James Webb's telescope that will get us into space forever, as Elon Musk explains. Musk has personally tested its Neuralink technology in some pigs. He explained that since Neuralink attaches to the pig's snout neurons, it sends out neural spikes that can be detected. So whenever the pig touches something with its snout, a spike is detected. In addition, he wants to emphasize the purpose of Neuralink, such as what its goal is. With a seamlessly implanted device, they aim to solve important spinal and brain problems. Furthermore, it is their goal to create a device that one can insert into their head and look and feel normal while solving important problems in their brain or spine. Taking a look at Neuralink, we can see that they have simplified the architecture dramatically over the last year. And it was about a year ago that they had a device with multiple ports, including one that had to sit behind your ear. Furthermore, you wouldn't still look completely normal, you would still have a thing behind your ear. So what are the advantages of this Neuralink in space? The environment in space is different, so anyone in space will need medical attention, especially in the brain, because this company is currently developing an implant which could measure brain activity and possibly stimulate it. They simplified it to something about the size of a large coin that goes inside your skull. The device replaces a piece of your skull and the wires connect within a few centimeters or about an inch of the device. The little device at the bottom holds the threads in place because they are like little fine wires. To simplify it, it's almost like having a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires, according to Musk. They also have a prototype version 0.9 that has about 1,000 channels, so that's 100 times better than the next best consumer device that's available. Since your skull is only about 10mm thick, it fits quite nicely into a 23mm by 8mm thingy. You can't see it at all unless it's under your hair, but you can see a tiny scar if it's flushed within your skull. Additionally, you can use it all day and charge it all night in the same way you would charge a smartwatch or smartphone. Hence, there would be no wires. It would have to be seamless. As for getting a link to work, you would have to have the device of the highest quality and also a robot to put in electrodes and perform the surgery. As a result, you'd probably like the surgery to be automated and precise as possible, and the only way to achieve that level of precision would be with an advanced robotic system. It takes less than an hour to install the link, so you can go in the morning and leave the hospital during the afternoon. Further, there is also no need to undergo general anesthesia. Basically, this is their surgical robot, and what they ultimately want to do is to essentially do the entire procedure, so incision, skull removal, and electrode insertion, the implant of the device, and then closing the surgery up and having you leave. Therefore, they want a fully automated system. So you can see a sort of close-up view of the electrodes being inserted into a brain that Musk thinks is not too gruesome. The fact that there is no bleeding when the electrodes are inserted very carefully seems counterintuitive. The very small electrodes should be inserted very carefully so that the robot can image the brain, making sure to avoid vessels and arteries so that the electrodes can be inserted without damaging them. As a result, there will be no noticeable damage to your neural network. In their demonstration, a pig with a 2-month-old implant is working well and is healthy and happy. When they had hoped it would work, they said, well, how about doing twin Neuralink implants? So far, 3 pigs have been implanted with twin Neuralink implants. Moreover, they have a couple of them and have demonstrated that multiple Neuralinks can be implanted into an animal, and that the animal is healthy and happy and indistinguishable from a normal pig. In other words, you can have multiple links in your head and all of them sending out signals at the same time. Furthermore, it can record brain activity of a person who will be the first to land on Mars. In your opinion, how does this work on Mars? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now for the James Webb telescope. How will it get us into space forever? There is a lot of interest in the James Webb Space Telescope. Notably, it prompted the reaction from billionaire and tech genius Elon Musk. Currently, this incredibly powerful and complex James Webb Space Telescope, or JWST, being built by NASA, is just a few steps away from unraveling the biggest cosmic secrets. Needless to say, anticipation for the JWST is at its peak. The Webb telescope, scheduled to launch on December 24, has captivated many people's attention, including tech genius and billionaire Elon Musk. After reading an article on BBC Twitter mentioning Webb's goals of exploring the end of darkness, he described the mission as a big deal. So why did Elon Musk describe Webb's mission as a big deal? The launch of the Webb telescope is significant in quite a few ways for those new to this field of science. After 30 years of development, the telescope is now finally nearing a launch after a collaboration with NASA, the European Space Agency, or ESA, and the Canadian Space Agency, or CSA. In addition to spending an insane amount of time developing Webb, the space agencies have invested nearly $10 billion in the project. Moreover, it is also because of the path it will be traveling that the Webb telescope is such a big deal. Also, a telescope that can detect even the faintest otherworldly light, the infrared telescope will view the rise of the first stars nearly 13 billion years ago. Through the building of this telescope, scientists are expecting that it will be able to provide the same results as a time machine, which will allow them to relive the early days of our universe and learn about how light began to fill the universe. As we know, darkness was all that the universe had in the name of the cosmic entity before the Big Bang, and that darkness was eliminated by the ignition of the first stars far away from Earth. Then, after it points its gold-plated 21-foot mirrors at the tiny patch of sky, the telescope will hunt for the first stars that appear billions of years after they were born. John Mather, scientific team leader for the JWST and Nobel Prize winner, explained, as I quote, "They will be just like little red specks. We think there should be stars or galaxies or black holes maybe, beginning at 100 million years after the Big Bang. There won't be many of them to find at the time, but the Webb telescope can see them even if they're there, and we're lucky." Additionally, we will be able to observe the early universe through the James Webb telescope, which is an epitome of technology and engineering par excellence. Then, its immense power will allow scientists to uncover the answers to the fundamental questions about how we originated, evolved, and fit into the universe. Nevertheless, before the James Webb telescope can be deployed into outer space, it must overcome certain challenges, the most important of which is its safe transportation to space. Ariane 5 rockets are being provided by the European Space Agency. Further, Webb will be launched on an Ariane 5, but fitting him onto the cylindrical vessel will be the first of many challenges awaiting the astronaut. You can truly appreciate the level of engineering that has gone into it when you load the telescope inside a crowded rocket space. The scientists designed Webb to fold like origami so it can fit subtly within the confines of the Ariane 5 rocket, despite its tennis court size. When fully deployed, the telescope is equipped with 5 layers of diamond-shaped sun shields. They fold like origami and when fully expanded, measure 21 meters in length and 14 meters in width. In addition, the telescope is tucked within a rocket that has a diameter of just 5.4 meters and a height of 17 meters. Moreover, Webb will be safely deployed by the rocket during liftoff and its flight through the atmosphere, according to ESA. Furthermore, Ariane 5 has been customized to meet all the needs of the Webb mission. In its report, the agency has stated that the new hardware ensures that venting ports will remain open at the fairing's base. In this way, the telescope will separate from the rocket with a minimal shock of depressurization. As part of this process, the rocket will also perform a rolling maneuver after releasing the telescope to avoid it being fixed to the sun, since some Webb components are sensitive to solar radiation and heat. As of now, the Webb telescope is undergoing final checkouts, but will launch from the European spaceport in French Guiana on December 22. Considering this, James Webb's telescope has a great chance to bring humanity and explore space forever. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on Elon Musk and his companies, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.